So for part 3, you're going to need to open the Google Doc experiment proposal, and I'll give you some information about that. You'll see there's lots of different tips depending on which experiment you're doing. So if your experiment is based on plants, there's a video showing how I set up my experiment and lots of suggestions and tips. So make sure you click on the links in this Google Doc. For yeast, same thing. I have a couple of recipes for how to grow wild yeast and also a video that I made on how to start your yeast experiments. And finally, for if you're doing birds and bird feeders, watch the video and see my links for more tips. So once you've watched some videos and looked at my tips and links, then I gave you 3 examples. So for my example, for my plant experiment, I first said what the hypothesis is. Then I described my experiment in detail. I said what the independent variable, the dependent variable, and control variables. The same is true for my yeast example. And then I also did an example for my bird. So use the one that refers to your type of experiment as a guide. And then at the bottom of this Google Doc is your actual proposal. So you're going to tell me what your hypothesis is. You're going to describe the experiment step by step, independent, dependent, and control variables. And when you're done with this and you're happy with it, you're going to click Turn In, and then I will either approve your proposal and you can get started, or I'll give you some comments and feedback for changes that you need to make.